A good synopsis, my chance to sit down with my friend and sponsor, Moe DeWitt from the DeWitt Law firm. It's been a little while, Mo. You've been hiding from me.
Well, of course, Peter.
I think it's been 2 months, and it's been
months.
It's been a year and a half, 2 years since you've been in Rosieland.
At least. I was trying to, on the way here, I was trying to figure out how long have we sponsored the show? Like 3 years now? 4 years?
It was
something like that.
2019, I think.
Okay, yeah, because I was telling Forrest. Forrest is the video guy, just for reference.
He's over there. Yeah.
But I was like, I've lost all sense of time. I have no idea if it's been years or months or whatever.
I like that.
I thought it was like 3-4 years.
I like if you're not paying attention, I don't actually have to do any work. I love just continue saying the checks, please. And
those are on auto bill if you haven't noticed.
Good. Okay, good. It's like if you disappear, they're going to continue getting paid.
Just keep coming. The checks will keep coming.
Well, I like to kind of find out what's going on with you, find out what you've been up to. I know you did some flying around. Were you in a TSA, the Holiday Inn? What was that? TSA hotel?
The TWA.
TWA,
hotel.
not TSA. What's TSA?
TSA is the airport security.
Oh, that's why I got it mixed up. Yeah.
TWA is the old airline. So they took the old TWA terminal, which is super cool, in JFK at New York City. Mm-hmm. And they turned it into a hotel. So the old terminal is like the lobby of the hotel. And then they built 2 buildings around it that are the rooms for the hotel. It's not like the fanciest, nicest hotel, but it's super cool. I mean, it was built in 1962. Catch Me If You Can was filmed there. If you remember the scene where Leonardo DiCaprio's like going down this like tube thing to the airplane, and Tom Hanks comes out and is like, are you coming back or something like that. That was filmed there. Those little like airplane tubes. And the architect who designed it, the reason it was a tube like that is his idea was, if you're going on an airplane, you're like an adventurer, so you're supposed to be like kind of climbing through a cave to get to the airplane and then take off on your adventure type deal. So it's a super cool place to visit. If you're ever at JFK, I think it's Terminal 5. You can just walk in there.
Did you stay there, or do you just clown around?
So I stayed there. I was there for a conference. So I was there for a couple nights. Never left the hotel. Just flew into JFK and then flew right back out. But hotel was super cool. It was cool thing to check out.
What's a drink cost you in a hotel in JFK in New York?
I think it was $22.
That's too much. What were you drinking?
Insane. Gin and tonic.
Okay. Was it good? Was it or was it just like Walmart?
Gin? They have an old, I can't remember the type of plane. It's called the Conrad, but it's an old plane that they turned into a bar outside.
Okay.
And you can get drinks in there, but it's an old plane. It's not like a fully equipped bar, so I had to bring ice and stuff in. So I took a picture of it because it was so pitiful looking. I got this like little pitiful gin and tonic with like 1 melted ice cube in it.
Look at you judging
for $22. I don't judge off. I'll show you the picture. You can be the judge of it. But I texted my wife. I was like, it's $22 for this. But it's New York City. It's an airport hotel. What are you gonna do?
Do you just walk around with your camera and just take videos of wacky things? Because there's a picture of you in a BMW, a very small Mr. Bean looking BMW.
Yeah, well, that's the one that Steve Urkel on Family Matters drove.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, so at the conference, we'd take, breaks every couple hours. And so, during the break, you just kind of walk around the hotel and you'd see something and be like, oh, that might make a good video. So you shoot it real quick and then you go back to the conference.
Are the other lawyer children walking around taking videos of everything, or is it just you?
Some of them have started now that they see me do it. Somebody thinks this is a good idea. I don't know who, but somebody. So yeah, I mean, some of them do it as well.
There's going to be running gorilla costumes on Amazon. You won't be able to do anything.
There's a big shortage of gorilla costumes, unfortunately.
Did you learn anything at the thing? We were talking about the conference.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, it was a good conference.
Yeah. Did you get to talk? Were you teaching a class?
So these ones, everyone kind of teaches as a smaller group, and we kind of basically it's lawyers across the country who share different strategies and ideas. So yeah, we all kind of.
Tell me you did marketing. Did you do marketing?
Well, we do both. We do marketing and handling cases.
Did you tell them about the gorilla outfits and the samurai suit? And
yeah, I might have shown a few videos.
Little DeWitty. Did you tell them about DeWitty?
They haven't seen DeWitty yet.
I haven't seen DeWitty.
You have to keep some level of professionalism at these things.
I got down here hot sauce. Is there any chance of getting more hot sauce out there, or is it all booked up?
I think we have another shipment in.
Okay.
I keep getting angry messages from angry people who ran out of hot sauce.
Ooh, give me more free stuff.
I've had people offer to pay for the hot sauce, but I was
Pay Mo for the hot sauce.
I don't want to be paid. I don't want to be in the hot sauce business. That seems like a whole nother headache.
Donate the money. Your donation business. No, I understand. Free hot sauce.
Yeah, one guy though did make a a contribution to Yellow Brick Road Foundation to get more hot sauce.
Good.
So,
Okay, good. You can do that.
It's something good. So hopefully they got him his hot sauce. But yeah, I know we got another shipment in. I think we have another shipment after that on the way. You know, I make this stuff in my basement. I can only stir the barrels so fast.
Sure. Just squeezing
Working all
peppers.
night. The fumes are atrocious, but we're getting it done.
Got the
One
child
batch at a
running
time.
around. He's getting hot sauce in his eyes.
Free labor. Free labor.
Yeah. I noticed you were giving away more free shirts. Are they all gone? I'm assuming they were gone like a minute and a half.
The shirts are the tank tops are gone. We do, so if you've noticed, there's a pattern. It's every Friday through the summer we're giving away something.
There you go.
So this weekend, I actually meant to bring you some, but I forgot. Sorry. We're giving away some of those silicone pint glasses.
Oh yeah.
So we got those, the Silly Pints. People seem to love those.
Silly Pints, is that what they're called?
That's the company who makes them. They're called Silly Pints. So there's like a pint glass, but it's made of silicone, which makes it very easy to ship. That's why we.
Oh
do
yeah,
it that way.
and it won't break. Exactly.
Yeah.
Silly Pints.
Yeah, because I was originally going to do regular pint glasses, which are much cheaper, but I was like 90% of these things are going to get crushed in the mail.
Yeah.
And so we did it that way. So I think that's this Friday, and then I don't know if there's one after that. But the idea was kind of go through the summer and give out stuff for the summer of Moe.
Good Lord. You just make yourself laugh, don't you?
I try.
Speaking of things that make you laugh and me laugh, let's talk about some new videos. This one came out today.
Yep.
The Moe Show. What channel's this? How do I subscribe?
It's on a very late night channel. Obviously public access where no one will be watching. But we'll see if we can get someone to pick it up.
The tagline is "It's so funny, it's criminal," and that's from the Lawyer TV Guide.
Yes, Lawyer TV Guide, obviously a very legitimate publication.
I'm gonna keep asking until you admit that you're just writing all this. I know not everybody is doing this. Bustecker isn't just out there flipping them around. Your camera guy here, he's not. It's you. You're doing this.
No, Bustecker wrote that one, and he came up with the Lawyer TV Guide. So I got to give credit where credit's due.
A nice use of laugh track. I like laugh track. It felt very 1980s to me.
The laugh track, I think, makes it.
You've got a good coming in the door, a Kramer kind of.
I was going for the Kramer on that, actually. Yeah.
It worked. You're getting good.
Trying.
I think this whole lawyer thing, I think Hollywood is on their way.
Probably Bollywood.
You've got to the point with your videos where people are remixing them. There was a Spike Slater, is that his name?
Yeah. He took our radio commercial and remixed it with video.
For free?
Yeah, for free.
People are throwing. You're a lawyer. You've got money. Pay Spike.
We'll give Spike some hot sauce.
Give the free hot sauce. Free tank top for Spike.
There you go.
Here's one of the videos, and I just saw this probably about a day or two ago when we kind of nailed down when you were coming in. There was a lady who cut her finger off.
Yes.
And that was very unfortunate. And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, Moe, what are you doing? And then I went back and looked at it and you give a fair warning. Like it literally says content or something.
Yeah.
And it was a countdown. You need a longer countdown. That was that. That poor lady. And were you able to get her a substantial amount of money? And
she got $1 million.
Good. All right. She deserves it.
That policy limit. And those were the tame photos. I mean, honestly, the photos that we have it's pretty horrific. But she's actually going to go on the News Junkie with us, I think, this coming Friday and talk about it. But yeah, I mean, pretty horrific accident. It's interesting because, even with a serious case like that, there were still trolls out there who tried to troll that video and be like, what'd you do, cut her hand off to get $1 million? Nobody's going to cut their hand off.
That's just people. They're just mean people.
Yeah, I mean, it was not her fault whatsoever. Yeah. Basically what happened is, she is a real estate agent. She was at this house that was being remodeled that she was going to sell. The contractor asked her to hold a piece of wood while he cut it.
What kind of contractor is doing that?
And the saw kicked back and basically it almost cut off all 5 fingers. It cut all 5 to a degree, not fully cut all 5 fingers, but a couple were pretty much cut off.
Okay.
And they had to reattach the fingers. They had to put leeches on the fingers to get the blood flow circulation.
We still do that?
She had like 8 or 9 surgeries. Yeah, I mean, that's for modern medicine, we're still a little archaic.
Past leeches,
but needless to say, the images were pretty graphic.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't put the leech pictures on there.
They fought us on it. They wouldn't pay her the policy limits. So $1 million on this case was the policy limit for the contractor. And they argued all sorts of stuff. They ignored us. We had to file a lawsuit on it. So it's not like we just sent a letter and they sent her money. I mean,
no, that's why you hire a lawyer, because
Right.
people don't want to pay money out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. 4 years to make a claim. I get that. I just want to say congratulations. Nice use of the Wonder Twins. Do you remember the Wonder Twins?
I remember the Wonder Twins. Now, which video are you referring to, though?
You must have been just a little shaver. If you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that might have been an old one that we re-released.
I think it might have been. It was. I think it was 4 years to make a claim, but you have to go to the doctor within 14 days.
Yep, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
That doesn't seem fair. The doctor within 14 days seems like a ripoff to me.
Well, you can still make a claim if you don't go to the doctor within 14 days, but the 14 days is to get the PIP or the no-fault benefits under your car insurance. So, they reformed that a few years ago because they said there was a lot of PIP fraud or no-fault fraud. I don't know if there was or not, but, they need some more insurance reform in Florida. The fact that we're the only state in the country that doesn't have mandatory bodily injury coverage is a little ridiculous. So that's
seriously, 49 other states have it, and
everybody else has it but us. And bodily injury is if someone hits you and hurts you, that's the coverage that covers you, that pays you. So we're the only state who doesn't have that. And then we have like 27% of drivers who are just completely uninsured, illegally driving, and then another like 20% or so.
What was that percentage?
27. So about a quarter of people.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Exactly. You're telling me. And then another I think it's like 15 or 20% have the bare minimum policy, which is no bodily injury coverage. So there's basically a 50-50 chance if you get hit in Florida that the person who hits you doesn't have any coverage.
And you're going to need a lawyer at some point.
Well, and that's why, if you're listening to this, buy uninsured motorist coverage, because that's what covers you if someone hits you who doesn't have insurance. So check your policy, see if you have it.
This isn't even written down. You remember that jalopy I used to drive, that Insight? The air conditioner didn't work and the window didn't go down on the driver's side, covered in Tom and Dan stickers.
Yeah.
Remember that? Had 0 Tom and Dan stickers. I love you guys, but
let's go along with it.
Sure, why not? Anyway, it stopped working eventually, as a podcaster's car will do, and I got rid of it. What should I do with my side of the Von Taborsky insurance? Do I need... I'm driving Dee Dee's car, like her brand new, beautiful, cool Ferrari.
So you should just be listed on that policy as a driver, as an authorized driver. But again, make sure you have uninsured motorist coverage on that policy.
Okay. On the policy, that's just on the car, not on each person who drives the car.
Right. So it'll be on the policy, and then you'll be a driver listed on that policy so that you're authorized to drive. And if something happens to you, your insurance will cover it.
Do you want me to drive, authorize you also? You drive me around. I'm drunk sometimes. Okay.
Get you some gloves, a little chauffeur hat.
You can wear the one from the last of your videos that I've written down. Your red, white, and blue Evel Knievel outfit. That's from a couple months ago. I had that in my notes because you haven't been in here because you don't like me.
Oh, you only invite me over so often.
I've been begging you to come in.
Yeah, right.
I preface it by saying Rosie will bark at you like crazy.
The dog will eat you alive, but you can come over.
And my dog would never bite a lawyer. Sweet. So, Evel Knievel outfit, did you buy that specifically for that? And also, did you buy the helmet? I think we might have talked about this. Did we talk about this?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot of stuff, but we did buy the helmet. We bought the outfit.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty good little outfit. And of course, the finest special effects in all the Central Florida region.
Speaking of which, I was walking down in Fancy Town over in Baldwin a couple days ago, and I texted you because one of your partners in the law business has a red, white, and blue Mustang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Are you ever going to get a red, white, and blue car?
I don't think so.
You know?
I think we'll dodge that bullet.
Okay, come on, get a Hummer. Get a Hummer. Get a red, white, and blue Hummer.
Sure, neighbors will love it when I pull up here in a red, white, and blue Hummer.
Sure,
my giant face plastered aside.
I live in the ghetto. They're all over the place.
I don't know about that.
Hey, we're gonna play a little game of Get to Know Moe. I don't know if do you ever listen to these?
I've listened to a few.
Okay, have you heard the Get to Know Moe theme?
I don't know you because when we usually record it,
I patch him in.
You patch him in, so I don't think I've actually heard it.
So hopefully, if this works, you'll get to hear the Get to Know Moe theme. I wrote this for you. This is the theme.
I'm feeling very special.
To Get to Know Moe.
Get to know. Get to know. Get to know. Get to know. Get to know.
Here's what I've learned in 5 years of podcasting. If you're going to make a theme, make it ridiculously long. Make it way longer than it needs to be.
Killing time.
I each one of those get to knows and Moes, that's me. I looped it. I'm ready to make hip hop beats if anybody
Very
out there.
talented,
That's the get to know Mo. Do I get a thumbs up for that?
You get 2 thumbs up.
Thank you. I was very proud. It took me about 5 minutes. First thing for the getting to know Mo. What does the voice inside your head when Mo's talking to himself? What's it like compared to your actual voice?
Probably sounds much better. Yeah.
You've got a radio voice, dude.
But I mean, I think each person who's on the radio, or even when you just hear yourself talk, you think you sound like an idiot.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I think that's just a natural human thing. So, I mean, people say I have a radio voice. I think I sound like an idiot. In my head, of course, I sound very charming and, much more articulate than I do when I'm on the radio.
Do you have a trial voice when you go and argue, or
yeah, I think your voice definitely changes. I've seen it in other lawyers too. Their voices change when they're in trial, when they're trying to be serious or emotional. I mean,
yeah.
I think it definitely does change. I don't think I change my voice too much when I'm in court. I think it's pretty much the same, but I'm sure it changes a little bit.
I don't think there's a lot of bullshit in you.
No, I like to think not. I mean, I kind of say it is what it is. I mean, when it comes to any sort of case, my job is not to change the facts. My job is to argue the facts that are there.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to try. And personally, I think it's silly when people over exaggerate stuff or try to act super emotional about something. I mean, that's the witness's job. That's the client's job if how it's affected them. I'm the lawyer. I'm here to present this and tell the story. But it's their job to add the emotion. I think when it comes from the lawyer, it just seems insincere. At least that's the way I interpret it.
The facts, yes, the facts.
Yeah.
Question number 2 for you. The year is 1991. How old are you in 1991?
6 years old.
Okay, you're 6 years old. Let's make it 1995, or it's 1995.
Okay.
You've got $35 and your mom's dropping you off at the Altamont Mall.
All right.
What are you going to get? Where are you going to go?
I mean, probably going to the CD store.
Okay. Sam Goodies or something, I think.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
think
a
it
minute.
was Sam Goodies.
Yeah.
I think there was 2 in there, if I remember correctly. Yeah, gonna hit a CD, maybe hit the food court there.
Okay.
Maybe get a Hoven at the food court.
Oh, those are good. I miss those.
Good old Hovens.
Yeah, I do actually kind of miss those.
Maybe a Hoven and a Cinnabon.
Oh, yeah.
And wander around the mall for a few hours. And
$35. How long are you wandering around for $35?
I mean, you can do like 6 hours on $35.
Was that a thing? You grew up here. Did you wander around the Altamont
Your
Mall?
parents would just drop you off the mall and they'll pick you up in a few hours.
Did you ever go to the garbage mall in the ghetto where I live around the corner?
Oh, Fashion's.
Everybody knows where I live.
I was like, wait a second, which one? Yeah, I mean, I went there. No, it wasn't as close to my house because I lived on the other side of town.
Yeah.
But we did go there.
To make fun of our mall.
It wasn't that bad then. There was actually still stores in there at that time.
It's scary over there.
I mean, I haven't been in there in God knows how long, but I've seen people do like video tours and stuff of it, and like there's nothing in there.
I walked around during the pandemic. I was just like, I gotta get out. It's too hot. I gotta get
piece
out.
of property
Yeah.
too. I mean, they got to do something with it eventually.
I was hoping at some point they would put something good, and then they put like a Longhorn Steakhouse or something in the parking lot. And
Yeah, every few years you hear somebody like they were supposed to build a hotel there at one
Yeah.
point. There was going to be this big redevelopment. Of course, that never happened.
my land prices, that my property value is never going up. I'm stuck here forever.
It'll go up. They're going to do something. I mean, that's too big of a piece of property for them to do nothing with it. They got to do something with it.
Question number 3. You're the president of the United States, which I figure will happen eventually.
Obviously.
And you're doing your thing, and you decide it's a good time to start sexting, okay?
Okay.
And you accidentally start a nuclear war because instead of send nudes, you write send nukes.
Okay.
You have to do a press conference. How are you getting out of it?
Let's see. Obviously, my talk to text misinterpreted what I was saying. And I was not saying send nudes. I was saying send boods, which is a code word for sending aid to anyone who needs it. I don't know.
No, I feel like this is good. I feel like
something along those lines. We're going with it.
I asked this on an episode a while back, and they went, "Oh, you just got to fess up because you're in big trouble." I like your angle. You tell
Always somebody else's fault.
You tell the truth. Question number 4 for you. Almost done with Get to Know Moe. And this one's serious. We're going to go serious. Should public restrooms be separated into male/female rooms or into larger unisex rooms with individual toilets and a central hand wash station? I read that without stuttering. I'm very proud of myself.
So should they be separated into individual stalls?
Individual stalls with a central hand wash station.
First problem is they all stink and they're dirty and nobody ever wants to go in them. And if you do go in them, you don't want to breathe. I'm sure somebody's going to send a nasty email to me saying public restrooms are essential and lovely and all sorts.
They'll send it to me. Send it to me. Yeah, Moe's on my podcast.
I mean, people may not like to hear this answer, but I think Europe with the pay toilets is kind of onto something there. I
think so.
And you get an attendant in there. They keep it clean.
Yeah.
I don't really care how it's set up, but I mean, public restrooms are kind of scary. They're a little creepy. I mean, you go around Lake Eola and stuff. You go there only if it's an absolute emergency.
I don't
essential.
Lake Eola. I'll just drive home.
Well, you're close enough where you will.
I'll just drive home. I don't poo-poo in public. I don't. It's just me. I can't do it. I'm not built for that.
My favorite is I have a client who owns a rental house kind of near where like the old arena is over there. There's like a little like sinkhole lake type thing. And he's always having to chase people out from pooping in front of the house. Because I think that's pretty close to the Salvation Army.
Oh, Orlando. Last of Get to Know Moe. What's your what is your fallback plan in case this lawyer thing doesn't work out?
Strip club DJ.
Damn, cool. That was Get to Know Moe.
Get to know.
All right, enough of that silliness. I just want to hear you to hear it live just one time. Legal questions. If you got a question for Moe, you can call up and leave a voicemail, 407-446-4955, or scotchagoodconversation@gmail.com, or you can actually call Moe. If you're injured on the go, you can call Moe and someone will answer. I'm not going to answer.
Somebody will.
I might not even play the email.
Actually, can we forward all calls to you?
No, please. I'll just lose them and you'll never get any work.
That's probably good. Yeah, that's probably true.
I'm very irresponsible. This is the part where I kind of just screw up all these legal questions. This is actually an email I got a while ago, so this person might not even have any problems anymore, but you don't like me and we haven't been together in a while. It says, can Moe help me get some insight? I'm a 21-year-old female who has to go to court next week on a misdemeanor. So this has actually already happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's serving a long prison sentence.
I don't know much.
Getting back to her, Peter.
I don't know much. I'm not the lawyer.
She sent it to you.
I don't know much about how legal stuff works, but it's disorderly conduct. And the cop said at worst case scenario, I'd have to pay a small fine. I'm just wondering if I'm going to have to stand in front of a podium in front of a judge. There's so many questions here. Will I have to answer all sorts of legal questions? Will there be people watching me? Will there be a jury there? I have no idea what to expect. I've never been in trouble before, and I really don't like talking to other human beings. That's my favorite line. Yeah, and it says, I'm kind of freaking out. Okay. So let's dissect this a little bit. So this person, I guess they're representing themselves. That's probably a bad idea.
Typically, it's a bad idea.
Okay.
So they're charged with public intoxication or disorderly conduct.
It just says a misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor. I thought it said something.
I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it was just like 2 months old.
Anyways, they're charged with a misdemeanor, so they have a court date basically. And at the court date, typically, you're going to go to court, and there's going to be the state attorney there who's going to either make you an offer or not make you an offer and set the case for trial. So the judge is basically going to ask, have you reached an agreement? Do you want to enter a plea, or do you want to go to trial? The other thing you can do is plead to the bench, where you basically say, okay, I'm guilty, and I'll take whatever the judge sentences me to, which is typically a bad idea. It's what we call a blind plea. So there typically is a room full of people there. Usually a lot of people have the same court date. It's what we call a cattle call.
Oh, yeah.
There won't be a jury there. The jury will only come if you get set for trial, which will be set, a couple months out typically, just depending what the trial docket is, what trial docket you're on. So, typically it's always a good idea to have an attorney. In this case, because it is a criminal action, you could have a public defender appointed to you to represent you. But typically the first thing you're going to do is talk to the state attorney and see what they're offering. But at the very, very least, you should at least consult with an attorney, get some advice, see what they say, see what you're looking at, all that kind of stuff. Because handling these things on your own usually doesn't go real well.
Yeah, especially if you're a 21-year-old female who doesn't like talking to other human beings, as this email says. I don't know. If you get in trouble, just call Mo. Worst case scenario, you'll give them legal advice that say you can go here and do this or do that, and it's 24 hours a day, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we have people answer the phone 24 hours a day, but like for this, it's a criminal case, so I'd refer her to one of my buddies who does criminal law and would take care of her.
Who have you vetted and can handle this case confidently?
I've known since I played middle school basketball. So.
Okay, good. Well, all those kids in Winter Park become lawyers eventually.
I wasn't from Winter Park. It's from the outskirts.
Okay, so I could become a lawyer. Yeah. And this is the only other legal question because I like this one.
And for the record, I'm from the mean streets of Maitland, not Winter Park.
Oh, good. But you did go to a public high school. That's what I like about you. You're approachable. We could have been friends in high school.
Could have been.
If you didn't
beat me up all the time.
Me? Am I the beating up type? I don't think so.
Oh, you got those angry red shoes on.
Sure. You should. I put on socks because my wife and I got a manicure recently.
Okay.
And she insisted I got my toenails painted black. Mm-hmm. I was going to pick a pretty pink color, but and I just didn't think you wanted to see my pink toenails.
Well, fun fact, my son likes to paint toenails, so usually my toes and toenails are all like 3 or 4 different colors.
Really? Are you rocking the toenail color?
Well, he just paints all over the foot, and then eventually
I'll scrape it off.
Scrape it off, yeah.
Have you ever got a manicure? A pedicure. This is a pedicure.
I think I've gotten a pedicure before, yeah.
Yeah, it hurts.
Like pretty roxy. Yeah, it hurts a little bit.
I don't like it. I was drinking before I got. It was like a weekend thing, and they gave me bad wine, and it hurt. And I like the foot massage.
Yeah, I like the idea of just kind of sitting there in peace for like an hour or whatever it is. Just sitting in that like little massage chair. Maybe I like the massage chair more than the pedicure.
You should get one of those.
About it.
Go up to Sharper Image and get yourself a massage chair.
Whenever you walk into someone's house that has a giant massage chair,
creepy, right?
It's creepy. I judge them.
It's creepy. Do you have a Moe room like at home, like a where you can be by yourself?
I mean, we just had that like basement room at the house there
with all your logos all over the place.
I mean, that's where I used to do the podcasts and shows and stuff from.
You need to make that a man room. Get a kegerator, get a widescreen television set.
Any room that I make my room gets eventually taken over by somebody else. So.
I could rent you out the back room if you want.
I might need it.
We can move the Peloton out of there. Second legal question and only legal question. So recently I moved into a condo with an HOA that doesn't allow pets. I plan on getting a service dog soon. I know that they can't take action if it's properly registered, and I show documentation. God damn it! But I plan on getting a service dog from a breeder, and I want to raise it as a puppy. What should I do in the meantime between the time that it is a puppy and the time that it's old enough to be a service dog?
So first thing is there's a difference between a service dog and an emotional support animal.
Okay.
So a service dog is protected by the ADA and has to assist with some sort of disability.
I'm blind.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
that's protected by the ADA. Yeah. Typically, that has to be allowed in most, if not all, housing because of the ADA. Emotional support animals, which kind of the way this is written kind of seems like it may fall more into that category, do not have the same stringent protections that service dogs do or service animals do. So the first question becomes, is it an emotional support animal or is it a service dog? And there's been a lot of litigation, especially in Florida over this because we have so many condominiums, as to whether emotional support animals are allowed. It's been a little while since I looked at it. Last I looked, though, from what I recall, the condominiums could prohibit the emotional support animals because when you purchased the condominium there, you knew that animals were not allowed. So you made a decision at that point. And again, it's not a disability that would be protected by the ADA. Now, of course, you could ask for variances. You can petition the board. There's all sorts of things that you can do. But if it's a true service animal, service dog protected by the ADA, then you should be okay. If it's not, you could be running into some murky waters there.
Service monkey, also. Service monkey.
That could be a whole
I'm going to get me one of those service monkeys to feed me. A little monkey.
I could see you with a service monkey.
Little monkey hands. Like a little spider monkey.
Why, yeah.
Not like a crazy ape.
I can see that next time I come in here, you'll have a monkey.
A service monkey to be pushing all these buttons. Mm-hmm. Mo, we should do this more often.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. If the kids need to, if they're injured on the go, what do they do? If they slip and fall or they get in an accident? I can't remember.
Me either. No, that you just call Moe.
Okay, cool. You guys take care of each other. Thanks for listening. Peace.